All right, we are going to talk about solving absolute value inequalities. I have one example here with you. So I have 2 times the absolute value of x minus 1, then minus 3 is greater than or equal to 5. So there's a couple variations we can do with this. Is you want to watch out and pay attention to what the symbol is. So this is greater than or equal to. It could be just greater than, which means you don't include one of the endpoints, or it could be flipped and it could be less than. So what that means in terms of the absolute value is that that when it's greater than, it's more than the answer you get. So values that are away from the answer. When it's less than, it's in between. So that's your and, greater than your or. So that's what we're doing here. We're doing an or question. Okay, so we want to solve this like we would any algebra problem. If it helps, kind of ignore the inequality. Think of it as an equals until we get to the very end. The only thing is you want to remember that if we're dealing with a negative dividing by a negative, we do have to flip our inequality sign. All right, so we want to go outside in. So let's get rid of this 3. So let's add 3 to both sides of this inequality. So we're left with 2 times the absolute value of x minus 1 is greater than or equal to 8. Our next step is to get rid of the 2, right? We can't undo the absolute value until it's fully isolated. So divide both sides by 2. We're dividing by a positive number. We do not have to change that symbol. So we're left with the absolute value of x minus 1 is greater than or equal to 4. All right, now we got to deal with the absolute value symbol. So we're going to have 2 possible answers. We're going to take off the absolute value bars, and we keep everything as is. That's option number 1. Remember, this was an or case because it's a greater than or equal to. And then we write the other one, flip the sign and add a negative. Only to that right side do you add the negative, you don't add the negative to the other sides. And we solve these each independently. So we've got to add 1 to both sides. So x is greater than or equal to 5. Or, that or is important. You don't have to write it to the end, but I like to write it at the beginning to remind me. And then again, we add 1, x is less than or equal to negative 3. That is your answer. With ors, you cannot stick them together. That is it. And then let's look at the number line on this. So negative 3 is down here. Let's put 0 here, 5 somewhere over here. These are equal to, so we have to enclose our answers. So fully enclose our endpoints. If it didn't have the or equal to, it would be just an open circle. And we're greater than or equal to 5, so that's this way. And we're less than or equal to 3, so that's that way. And that makes sense for the or situation as well. If it was and, we would shade in between. And you can also stick those answers together.